Fucking hell, Twitch. This has to be Twitch. My local internet has not had an issue whatsoever this entire fucking time. I mean, at least that makes it slightly easier for me to fucking clip it for the highlight. Right. Let's go again. As I was saying, the planes only start getting aggressive with you after you've shot down at least one blimp. That percentage bar at the bottom left is my health. Now, one thing that the planes do that you can kind of exploit, they're always flying to view from behind you, and they will only shoot at you if they're approaching you directly forwards. Which means that you can kind of cheese them into being incredibly passive by just keep turning to shift them off camera, because they will never shoot at you from an oblique angle. Which I recall being slightly less effective in Insane Trilogy. But yeah, the barrel roll just has iframes from their gunfire, so you can use that to say, no, actually I don't feel like being shot temporarily. I'm going to write the box for all of those health balloons, which by the way, when you pop the health balloon or the box associated with it, that restores some of your health. The box for all of those in the PS1 version, I think, is guaranteed to contain an extra life. That is not true in Insane Trilogy. Which level was that? Was that 17? Yeah. Okay, 18. Another jet ski level. Oh, that tension headache's starting to come back.
So, Crash Bandicoot, we meet again. Uka Uka and Dr. Cortex want me to teach you a lesson. Well, I've made a few modifications to my mechanics since our last encounter. So back off or be deleted.
I believe this is the water level with quite a tricky section where, well, there's two tricky sections. The first is one where you go into a section that seems to be out of bounds in order to collect some extra lives. And the second is you to actively go out your way to loop around the ship that you otherwise wouldn't necessarily think you would need to. To get some boxes. So those 3 lives there are the ones you have to go out of bounds for. I would need to remember where it is you go out of bounds. But it's somewhere where these coloured buoys that kind of surround the perimeter of the level act as an invisible wall, effectively, to box you in. And there's somewhere where there's a wider than usual gap between them that you can just clip through. Not a bug, it's intentional. Where it is. The lack of camera control in this level does suck when you're trying to do like fine maneuvers like this. Yeah, I had no way of knowing where those boxes were. Yeah, the only camera logic that exists is that it tries to track behind you, and that's it. So that one up being underwater, so this is something where when you perform a jump, you can hold forward on the D-stick and that allows you to dive when you land. So this area off to the right is the area that isn't massively telegraphed that you can go to. So there's another ship here and a bunch of boxes. Otherwise, would not explore unless you came out this way on purpose. There's a gap in the fence around here. There it is. There's the gap in the fence. You still put your hand in. There's still invisible walls around you. Just give you that air gap to go get those lives. Bit weird actually. Not quite sure why they decided to put it in. Yeah, that nearly killed me. That also nearly killed me. I'm getting very close to hitboxes on this particular playthrough. I'd rather like a checkpoint for how many boxes I've collected lately. Well, I was got screwed out of that extra life because of the way the waves lined up, but apart from that... Future Frenzy, which is another level that we can't get the get either of these gems for on this playthrough, but for some reason as a kid I always really liked these future levels. I don't dislike them as an adult, I just don't know why I particularly like them. They don't do anything particularly special, let's say. In actuality, both of these levels involve a fair amount of backtracking. least when you try and get the gems, they involve a fair amount of backtracking. Something we will not be seeing as part of this playthrough is Future Tense, which is the second kind of bonus level they added into Crash Insane Trilogy. And it was the only level that Vicarious Visions, I believe it's Vicarious Visions, did that one, unless it was Toys for Bob, that they developed kind of from scratch, as opposed to Stormy Ascent, which was salvaged from cut level from Crash 1. Got the sound effects in this level are coming out. Yeah, so Future Tense was added in, and is genuinely a pretty taxing level. The only real complaint I've got about Future Tense is just the fact that it ends up, because of the way they programmed full completion of Crash 3 in the Insane Trilogy, it ends up being another gold relic you need to get, and getting a gold relic in that level is kind of a pain in the ass. The problem is you get to the end of it's quite technical even getting through the level. There's quite a lot of timing challenges that I think, if I remember right, the cycles do line up based on when you arrive there, so it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not like you're competing with global timers the whole way, but it does. What was I saying? Yeah, the final section of the level is all spinning platforms and enemies, and you're trying to climb up them as quickly as possible, and it sucks. God, these lasers are so loud. I don't know whether that's coming through on stream, but they're really fucking loud. Yeah, the other thing about these future levels in Insane Trilogy is those enemies that alternate between having spikes out and not. Their hitboxes are kind of broken in Insane Trilogy. Like, the spike hitbox doesn't recede until after the whole animation's played out of them retracting those spikes, rather than the moment they go in. Which has led to me having a lot of cheap deaths from them. Right. And then Jin is the only boss that you fight as Coco rather than as Crash.
So, you want to go a few rounds? When this is over, we'll see who's obsolete.
So, this is going to be very loud in terms of sound effects. The audio balance in the boss fights is great, but the controls are ultimately very similar to the controls from Flight if you don't have a barrel roll move. You're effectively targeting all of the glowing yellow spots on the suit. Every time they detonate, you lose a bit of health. You can shoot down the missiles before they get to you. So they're not a threat. You can only shoot those missile cannons while they're open. I like when you can shoot them while they're open. Right, so that's the end of phase 1. We now go into phase 2. But the first thing we want to target is this thing on the bottom, which is able to take damage continuously and shoot out these black balls, which are really important to shoot at. The next thing you really want to target are these things on the side, which shoot out electricity. As a kid, I thought this boss fight was really fucking cool, but as an adult, there's not a lot to it, really. Got a little bit of a shmup vibe, but it's so trivial that it doesn't really scratch that itch.
Not again!
So, we now get the arguably the most controversial upgrade in this game, the Fruit Bazooka. So you hold L2 to raise the weapon, and then you can aim anywhere on screen and press circle to fire one per fruit.
It's funny how history repeats itself. Yet again, Engine has failed to defeat you. For this we must destroy you! Oh, my aching head. I'm not feeling myself these days. So the end is in sight. Gather another 5 crystals, and again you will have foiled my plan. Or will you?
Yeah, the Fruit Bazooka locks you in place while you're using it. It does have some use in getting like remote things, but let's see, what have we got? Gone tomorrow. Asphalt. We want to do Flaming Passion first, because the green gem you get out of here is used in Gone Tomorrow. And this is another one that requires you to take a death route. So any deaths we take will disqualify us from the death route. I thought that was a death route. Whoa, the L2 button on this controller is not... What's going on? Okay. I don't think I ever showed that off actually. The fact that this game does have full analog support, I don't think the earlier ones did. And you get this weird crash walking animation if you only slightly tilt the analog. I always end up playing with the D-pad. Crash 1 definitely does not have true analog support, it just maps the analogs to the digital inputs anyway. I think Crash 2 is the same, it's been a while since I've really experimented with it. Crash 3 does, as I say, add proper analog support, but in reality nothing in the game actually demands that you use it. For some reason they changed that in the Insane Trilogy, where when you shoot those guys, rather than just popping out of existence, like the building kind of collapses over that window. I don't know whether they didn't feel comfortable with the implication that you were killing them, rather just preventing them from throwing stuff out at you. The other weird thing about the bazooka is that the cursor always operates in screen space, not in three-dimensional space. You're only changing where you're aiming relative to the screen. It's hard to kind of explain what that means in practice, but it does have an impact on where you can aim at. Okay, Death Route. Oh. Now, on this particular death route, it is in fact safe to take the checkpoints because this one does return you back into the level. And I think there's some minor backtracking you need to do, but it's very insignificant. I'm playing it very safe, taking out all these guys. You really don't need to. Oh, fucking hell. I tried to double jump and I had too much downward momentum. Whoa. I should not have survived that. You can't get a full jump height if you're spinning before you jump. So, I should not have been able to get high enough to do that. Yep, so this stack of boxes is the only boxes that we need to get that's even marginally behind us. There's nothing else between where that comes out and where we left. So, there's actually a really generous box route, death route even, for getting the box gem. Yeah, that's mostly how they end up using the bazooka in this game, is they put just nitros in places where it's just inconvenient for you to have them, but just say, oh yeah, but you got this remote damage thing now, so that kind of solves the problem. Really? I missed one box? Okay, well, I can't be bothered to backtrack to try and work out where, so I guess we'll just deal with that another day. I know it's not on the death route, so it saves me having to worry about that again next time. Clearly I was wrong about my assertion that there's no boxes between the entrance and the exit of the death route. Clearly there is one box somewhere. Whatever, problem for another day. Oh, my tension headache's starting to come back. That thing has been persistent for what feels like months here. For some reason I always thought that these enemies needed you to bazooka them. But now you can just spin into the back of them, which makes them a lot easier to deal with. I'm going to leave that stack of boxes in the bounce crate for now, because that one box at the top, that one wireframe box, we can't activate in this area, so we're going to have to come back here anyway and backtrack our way here late in the level. So we might as well leave the whole stack until then. So here you're meant to leave that TNT intact so you can detonate it through to the bottom. In actuality, you can kind of choose it with the bazooka if you need to, because you can shoot kind of through the whole round. As per usual though, we'll try and do things legit. Oh yeah, Crash's reflection always breaks there. Because clearly they're doing the old PS1 era reflection technique of just render a second copy of the character model. Why did that one box not fill in? That's weird. I don't think that's meant to do that. Weird. I don't know why that one box didn't fill in. Usually, the only reason why a box doesn't fill in is if there's something blocking it, namely you. I was nowhere near it, so I don't know why I did that. Right, green jam path. And then this is the switch box we needed. And then this takes us back to the point in the level where we actually needed to have it. Now we get a pretty quiet run through the level. Because guess what? All the boxes and probably most of the enemies I've already collected. That's defeated. Just that guy. Or that guy. Okay, maybe I didn't defeat that many enemies. Don't know why one of those N-Corp signs was mirrored. And there we go, hold on. 3 levels left. 3 levels, 1 boss, and then we'll call it a stream. Racing level. As I said, I want to say that this one's actually easier than the previous one we did. I missed the boost pad and the box there, so that's not ideal. For what it's worth, even if you are going to the box gem, there is, like, if you're not interested in the race, you're just trying to get the box gem, there is no means of actually turning around in these levels. You pretty much only have a steering radius of about 90 degrees forwards. Probably more than that, but the point being, you can't get turned around. The game does not allow you to backtrack. That second box can often get missed, especially if you come at that with those ramps with a speed boost. You end up going straight over that second box. That's a hole. Okay. Another jump. No, never mind. Hit the jump. I thought I was just clipping past the inside of it there, but clearly not. As I say, that level is significantly easier than the previous one. I do not know why. The game balance is way out of whack. So as I said, that the third Warp Room race level was a real choke point for me the first time I played this game as a kid. So the flight level, this time we're playing as Crash. So the only real difference here is instead of 7 blimps, you can just... Oh, wait. Dialogue.
Crash, Coco, remember, it is not only Dr. Cortex that we battle. Beware of Uka Uka, my children. He is a far more dangerous enemy than anyone can imagine.
Right, I was saying, the only difference is instead of 7 blimps that can be targeted anywhere, there are 5 biplanes that each have 2 engines and you need to shoot the engines down. I think the enemy planes are aggressive from the off in this one, rather than waiting until you've actually shot down one of the targets. There still are only 3, and they still follow the same AI routine of only attacking you if they're approaching you from the front. There's no penalty for colliding with E-biplanes. They were pretty target there. Given the setting and the types of planes we're dealing with, I'm guessing this is circa World War One. Being quite clumsy so far on this level. Part of it is I'm not really managing the AI that well, so I really should be twisting to get them off camera a lot more, but try and get this done as quick as I can. There we go, done. And that leaves us with what, one more level? Which is the last Egyptian level, I believe. Which brings back the darkness gimmick from Crash 2. In part, it doesn't for the whole level. And generally it's a lot less mean about it than Crash 2 was as well. Also, weirdly, Crash 3, as far as I can tell, as far as I can remember, doesn't have any enemies that you explicitly need to slide to defeat, unlike Crash 2. Because Crash 2 had, what, the lizards in the ruin levels and the robots in the piston levels. Both need to be slid to be defeated. The game doesn't have anything like that. So this blue gem platform is to get access to the All Gems challenge for this level. Let me just make sure there wasn't any further boxes back there. But given that we don't have all the coloured gems yet, then that's useless to us. Oh, that firefly's not hanging around. Okay, I'm dead. Yeah, so this final level is actually relatively generous. Like, they give you an explicit just hear the freedom of mobility at that point. Now, if I remember right, this level, the gimmick here is that it that the Firefly... No, the Firefly is really short-lived, that's the... There we go, the Firefly's gone. There's a hole. So, one of the things that is true for Crash 2 and 3 is any Nitro boxes left alone inside a bonus stage will get destroyed by the Nitro Explosion crate at the end. Annoyingly, that's something they broke in Crash 4. Crash 4, they put their own Nitro Explosion crates to a bonus stage. And if you fail to detonate it, they are just lost. Okay, so I missed 6 boxes, but I'm pretty sure that's just the 2 stacks of 3 nitros. So that should be fine. Oh, bombs. That does count as completed still, doesn't it? Are you fucking kidding me? Ugh. I'm getting screwed over several ways here. There's a box gem.
I'm sorry. This is the part where I'm supposed to be angry, full of rage, incensed beyond belief. Once again, you have outsmarted and outspun my best henchman. I should be rather upset, shouldn't I?
And in fact, we're furious! But it seems you have overlooked one small detail, you little orange delivery boy. Now that you have gathered all the crystals, all we have to do is take them from you! Crash Bandicoot, for the last time, give the crystals to me!
Okay, so the gimmick in this fight is Aku and Uka will always be in the middle of the arena and fighting between themselves. Cortex will, at the start of each phase, fire 3 shots at you. He'll just target wherever you are at the time. As long as you're moving vaguely around, they're pretty easy to avoid. He'll then throw some mines across the thing. Now, he always throws 5 across the stage, but how far back he throws them is random. You can just throw them straight on top of you, which sucks. After he's done that, his shield pops. You can go up and spin him after he gets him off his hollow platform, and you want to push him into this hole in the middle. And what Aku and Uku can do changes between each phase. So the first phase, as I said, was like the laser jump rope. This phase, they go into this stage, but they just do like a figure 8 across the stage, so they're quite easy to avoid once you realise that's the pattern. And Aku Aku and Ukuruka, oh, that was free. That just went straight in. Aku Aku and Ukuruka always disengage the moment you get Cortex on this platform. So this phase, they rush for where you are and then spin around and do an area of effect. So basically you just want to stand somewhere where you want them to be, wait for them to do their initial charge at each other animation, and then move out of the way. Yeah, you need to be careful in mind still when you first enter the Cortex phase. And that's it, that's Cortex. So we get a final upgrade, which is the speed shoes. So hold R2 to run faster. This is something that makes getting the better relics from the time trials a lot easier. Which is part of the reason why I held off doing any time trials. That, and I just wanted to play through the game tonight, just because that was something I felt like doing. Oh god, I might even need to take another round of ibuprofen before I go to bed, because this headache's getting pretty bad.
Defeated again! This is not fair! Maybe I should retire to a nice big beach with a nice big drink and a woman with nice big bags of ice for my head.
It's not over, Bandicoot. There are still the gems. We still have a chance to triumph.
So there's an aspect of this closing cutscene that I think is a bug. So you'd notice the music ducked under the dialogue, so you could hear the dialogue better. The music still hasn't unducked. It's still quieter than it was. Now, what you'll find when we get back into the game, because it should drop us straight back into the warp room after these credits, because guess what, I've not saved yet at all during this entire session, so I need to do that before we close off the stream. But when it drops back in the warp room, the music will still be ducked, because the way it ducks it, it just sets the global audio volume level down by 1/3, and then they never undo it. Which, when I was a kid, confused the fuck out of me, because I'd finished the game and I was like, why is the game so quiet now? And the thing is, I think it ducks it by the same amount every time. So if you do this boss 3 times, I think it might render the game silent if you don't go into the options menu and realise that's what's happened. Right, while these credits run, I'm going to go get a drink and ibuprofen. I don't really want to be taking medication this late at night, but equally I don't really want to be trying to get to sleep with a headache. So I'll be back in a second. Looks like I got back just in time. Oh, no, I've just chucked water on myself. Great, brilliant. So if we go into the pause menu and options, sound options, you'll see the music volume has been reduced to 37%. That's why the music is now so quiet. That might be louder than it was. Oh well. Well, we're going to call it a session there. We've got to the first ending, but we're only 55% complete. We've still got 17 gems to collect and 28 relics. That's actually a lie. There are 19 gems and 30 relics, but we'll explain that later. And there we go. Right. Oops. I went back into the memory card screen. And we'll call that a stream. So, we'll probably do another, at least one more Crash stream to collect all the remaining collectibles. I don't know whether I'd be able to do it all in one stream. As for tomorrow's streaming, I want to get some shopping done in the morning, and I've got a friend coming around in the afternoon, so again, it's not impossible I'll stream while he's around, but it seems very unlikely. I don't think we're going to be doing anything that's stream worthy or that he would want to be on stream. So I might do like a midday stream or an evening stream. It depends how long he's staying over for. I should probably get Halo 2 finished off at some point this weekend. As I get Crash 3 done now that we've made a start on it. But we'll work that out as we go. Alright, see you next time.